You're listening to the AFTERBUZZ TV Network, now the largest new media platform on the web, and your #1 source for after-show entertainment.
Very good, Keith Johnson.
From the AFTERBUZZ Studios in Los Angeles, California, presented by Maria Menounos and streaming live thanks to Akamai Technologies, this is AFTERBUZZ TV's Rising Star After Show. We'll break down tonight's episode and get you all the latest news and gossip. And now, another post-game wrap-up show for your favorite TV show. It's AFTERBUZZ TV's Rising Star After Show.
Move, bitch. Get out the way. Get out the way, bitch. Get out the way. Move, bitch. Get out the way.
Hello, everybody. You are watching and listening to ABC's Rising Star After Show. It's week 4, and it's, I think they're called the duels.
Yeah.
Not the battles. The duels.
No, it was the mashup.
The mashup.
Yes. I think they can't say battle because of that other show that has
battles. That other show, The Voice. So I actually thought tonight's episode was really good and interesting. I want to know what you think, though. Oh, by the way, I'm Jason Ikeler.
I was going to ask who you were.
Most people know. But anyway, I'm Jason Ikeler. Who are you?
I'm Tiona Hobson. I'm filling in for my two friends, Kylie and Heather.
Who are out today. They'll be back next week. So I thought it was a little unfair. The first person gets to interact with the audience, and then the second person has to perform with the wall up. And I'm not sure how they picked the order. But I feel like
they flipped a coin.
But a huge part of a performance is interacting with the audience.
I felt the same way. I thought that it didn't seem fair going back and thinking about it. I mean, I guess there is that the production aspect of this second person actually hits the mark to get moved on, and that's when the big reveal comes for them, like, hey, you made it, you're passing go, you collect $200. But at the same time, they're missing out on that interaction of, looking the judges in their eyes and getting the vibe of the audience.
And I feel like too, if you're voting, the first person you haven't seen the second person, so you're more excited, so I feel like you're more likely to vote. I don't know. I felt like, until the last one, everybody who went second was at a disadvantage.
Yeah, and on both coasts too, because the numbers didn't lie about any of that.
The numbers don't lie.
The numbers don't lie.
Okay, let's get into our first duel.
Mashup.
It was, Josh Groban called it a duel, so I will continue to call it a duel. First up was Alice Lee versus Lisa Punch. And Alice is the girl who sang musical theater, was on Broadway before, and she sang Wings this time around. How did you feel she did?
This was my first time watching the show, so I didn't expect such a big voice to be coming out of such a tiny little person.
Little girl.
So I was surprised by that, but at the same time, I wasn't overall impressed with her singing.
That's why I feel
she sounded nervous.
Like, she had good energy on stage. She looked like she was having fun, but I thought it got a little too shouty for me.
Yeah.
And when she shouts, she goes flat. And so the whole time I'm kind of like, give us a little bit of contrast, because I felt like it was consistently shouting too. And she needs to, she's musical theater, so she should understand, you get really quiet and then you get loud. You know what I mean? That's what musical theater people do. I'm happy she went on because I think she's really sweet. And she told us tonight, we did the red carpet, that she wants to do a Demi Lovato song possibly, which could be good for her because that's that big type of voice that's on current pop radio.
Yeah, but the thing that scares me is that, Demi she goes for it.
Yeah, really high.
She goes really high. So, if tonight's any factor. And I think, she was the first performance of the night. It's the first battle. It's a lot of the tone of the whole episode was really up to her performance. So that's a lot of pressure. And I think it was a lot of the nerves that just got to her because her voice sounded a little shaky, the nerves were coming through.
I wonder if in the studio, because a lot of times when you're in the audience for these things, it sounds so different. I wonder if you couldn't tell the shakiness was there with the live audience interacting and being a little loud that we heard on TV.
Yeah, because all the judges voted yes for her, so.
And Luda is usually really hard on them, and I didn't think he would like it.
I was surprised by that too, but at the same time, again, it's the first one.
Yeah.
Everyone's excited about it, and sometimes that first person does get a little bit more love because you haven't heard the second one yet.
So she went up against Lisa Punch, who sang Perfect by Pink. I actually thought this was a really good song choice for her. I thought she, if I was judging on the battles, was actually better than Alice. But
like
technically singing. I do think she took this song that's supposed to be like, Pink is very edgy and kind of like, I'm a badass. They say the F word in the original song. And I thought she made it a little too corny. And I think all of her runs sound super rehearsed.
Yeah. I am going to disagree slightly. I did not love the song choice on the red carpet when she, check out Jason's videos that'll be posted.
On YouTube.
When she explained the choice of the song and the reason behind it, you know, the message and all that, I like it, but I think that Alice came out with such high energy that her doing that slow song really didn't help the audience feel as involved in it as Alice's song choice
But
did.
I feel like, too, that comes back to the wall, because a song like that, you need to, like, be able to look people in the eyes and really, and that's, like, one of those self-empowering, like, it gets better songs. So I feel like people actually connect to that. But I also think when she did do the runs, they were rehearsed, but she would go flat a lot, too. So again, just a little pitchy for me.
Yeah, I think, I mean, and another thing that she mentioned too, you know, she's never had any formal vocal training, so I think that's the kind of things that you start to pick up on in a competition.
Yeah.
Like, you know, she's going up against someone who does show choir and has been on Broadway.
Well, and Brad Paisley said something super interesting tonight at the carpet. He was saying it's not that, like, let's say Lisa isn't a good singer and couldn't eventually make it in the industry, but he's judging who can make it right now. Mm-hmm. And I think that's kind of what sets Rising apart from the other shows, because like Idol likes to see somebody go and build, and you know,
they like to mold their people.
Yeah. In this, I mean, we're probably only going to see each of these kids perform 3 or 4 times until they win, and they're getting signed to Capitol. So I get it, Brad. I get what you're saying.
You get it.
So obviously Alice won the battle, and we'll find out who the West Coast saved later. Spoiler alert.
It's Lisa.
But we're not talking about that yet. So next up, we have Megan Tibbits versus Sarah Darling. And Megan sang Feeling Good. And she's the girl, I think she used to tour churches with her family.
Summertime.
I think she sang Feeling Good.
Oh, okay. I wrote it down as Summertime.
No, she sang And I'm Feeling. It was Feeling Good. Maybe not.
Then the lower third on her title card was wrong.
Really?
Yeah, it said Summertime.
I don't think it... Somebody's saying Feeling Good tonight. Yeah, because it's been stuck in my head. It was definitely her. I could be completely wrong. Wow. Oh, well. Anyways, she had the family who toured churches, blah, blah, blah. She played the harp last week. How do you think she did?
I thought she did good. Her vocal performance was good, but she bored me on stage.
Okay. I thought... Sorry, Megan. You're really sweet. I actually didn't think it was good at all. I like what Kesha said when they were mentoring her, like she needs to focus on the soft part of her voice and do that more of a laid-back thing. I thought when she was hitting the high notes, it was so underpitched that it was like cringeworthy.
Really?
And I like her with the guitar, but I feel like... And Luda was saying when we talked to him tonight, too, that he thinks she made the song her own and sounded like an artist, which I get, because she did completely change the arrangement of the song. But she doesn't have the type of voice to be, like, wailing and belting. And while she was doing that, it just kind of took away from the song for me.
Yeah, I mean, I just thought that... I mean, the pitchiness didn't really bug me that much. I thought it was a good song. I thought she sounded better than I expected her to. It just, I mean, I was so bored watching her on stage. That was my biggest that was my biggest pet peeve, because I like to feel like I'm in there with them, and I got kind of bored and started getting on my phone, and I was not voting for her on my phone. So it wasn't a good distraction.
She wasn't paying attention. And I feel like her personality doesn't really match her voice, or at least the way they're portraying her on the show. Like, she either needs to be, like, this super hippie girl, or, like, if you're going to be this bubbly girl, you have to do... I don't know. I will be surprised if she makes it any farther than this round. Because she was up against Sarah Darling, who, this is what I thought was the biggest shocker of the night. I thought Sarah Darling had a killer performance. She sang I Hope You Dance.
I loved her performance.
And, okay, I think what the judges were trying to say was she didn't do anything to make the song her own. But that song is so vocally challenging that I don't think you have to.
I agree with that. That's a very hard song to sing. The song has a special place in my heart because it was my senior song in high school.
Oh.
So every time I hear it, I think about, crying with my friends on the last day of school to this song. And I thought that she did a great job. It sounded wonderful. She didn't sound pitchy or anything to me. I was very surprised that she did not get more love from the judges. I mean, even Kesha said no.
This is the first one, I think, Kesha, and maybe the only one Kesha voted down the whole night. And I get why she was voting it down because she wanted to sort of, like, pick one or the other.
Yeah.
Like, we can only pick one person. But, I don't know, I thought all the other girls in the competition, I thought she sounded better than all of them.
Yeah, I was shocked by that.
Oh, and we have a fan caller on the line. Who are we talking to?
Andrew Kirk. What's up, Jason?
Hey, Andrew, how's it going?
Good. How are we doing tonight?
Pretty good. What we're talking about Sarah and Megan right now. How did you feel they did?
I do vote for these, and Megan. That was the first one, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
As soon as she didn't hit the high notes, I agree with you on that, Jason. I voted no.
Okay.
And Sarah, I was hoping she would do up tempo, but she really didn't. And I voted yes on that, and I was wrong on the first two, surprisingly. I thought Lisa was better than Alice.
Do you think Sarah would have made it through if she sang a more up tempo song?
Sarah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, if she did like a Carrie Underwood or Miranda Lambert song, I think people would have liked it more.
Yeah, I think so too. Well, thanks for calling, Andrew.
Yeah. One more thing. Jesse killed it. I know you guys are going to get to him.
Oh yeah. Spoiler alert.
I can't wait for next week's Macy versus I don't remember her name, but that's going to be crazy.
Yeah, that's going to be a good one. Awesome. Well, thanks for watching and listening, Andrew.
Thanks, Jesse.
Have a good one. Okay, so obviously Megan won that battle, and we'll find out what happens when we talk about the West Coast.
I'm going to say something about Sarah's performance because he just reminded me of this. When Sarah was singing that song, you could see Luda kind of like trying to snap to the song.
Pick up
and
the pace a little bit?
I think he wanted her to do it a little bit faster. It felt really slow.
Yeah.
Like she slowed it down instead of speeding it up. So maybe if she had made it a little bit faster, that would have worked too.
I think that's like the $1 million question on these shows. Like, do you do a ballad or do you do an up-tempo song? Because if you do too many up-tempo songs, then people can't really connect with you. But if you do too many ballads, then people are bored. Mm-hmm. So nobody will ever know the answer unless you're Kelly Clarkson. Because then you win the whole damn thing. Okay, next battle was the two rockers, Will Roth versus Jesse Kinch. And I don't know what the producers were doing because these were two, I would say, frontrunners in the competition going into this battle, duel, whatever we're calling it.
Well, then, I mean, I've said this already. I didn't watch any of the previous episodes. If these were the two frontrunners, what happened to Will?
Oh, yeah. Oh, like, I agree after this.
Because I didn't know he was technically, one of the better people. And I'm like, wait, that's easy.
So, Will sang Wrecking Ball by Miley Cyrus. And I feel like this is such a cheap song choice because I feel like everybody will try to do a rap song and make it a pop song or try to do like, I'm a rocker, I'm going to sing a Miley song and make it rock. And it's so obvious. It's been done so many times that it's not original anymore. And I think if you're going to sing a song, you have to do it justice. When this is a song about a breakup, and when Miley sings it, she usually cries. This guy is smiling from ear to ear, singing like, you wreck me. Like, you're supposed to be sad. You just got broken up with.
I agree with that. I think that for me, what bothered me was he comes out with this whole look of the rock guy, and then it didn't sound rock at all to me.
Yeah.
And I wanted it to, he could have taken it to so many different places. And I think that if he had actually allowed himself to take it all the way there, it would have paid off. Because we've seen it on other, things that it can be done, but he only went halfway there. He didn't go the full 100 yards to make it what he needed to make it.
And nobody called them out on flubbing the lyrics either.
Well, because they probably don't know the lyrics like you do, Jason.
I mean, that song was #1 on the radio for like 18 months. So people should know he messed up the lyrics. And then he didn't say you wreck me. He said you rake me. And that really bothered me. I don't know. What is raking?
Leaves? Maybe he was changing the meaning of the whole song.
He's ready-
It's about him having to do chores.
He's ready for fall.
He's ready for fall. He had to get the leaves in a big pile.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, he has really good tone to his voice. And, like, I think he could definitely be molded into something. But I think, I don't know, Kesha got to rub his beard, so I'm sure he's happy. Right?
Yeah. He came here to win a record deal, but hey, don't worry. Consolation prize. Kesha played with my beard.
I would grow out a beard just to let Kesha touch it.
I'm sure that's not the only thing you'd let Kesha touch.
Oh, what kind of things are you thinking?
They are not appropriate for the family.
Kesha, you can touch me whenever and wherever you want. So he went up against Jesse Kinch, who sang, I had never heard of this song, Whipping Post.
Me either, but it's my new favorite song.
He killed it. And I was really glad because he was amazing the first time around, but part of me kind of thought it was just a hoax because he's such a like shy, bubbly guy, and then you hear this huge rocker voice come out of him. But that was so good. All I wrote down was damn.
All I wrote down was hot damn.
Oh.
So, guess great minds think alike.
Yeah, because he just has so much soul when he sings, and he's got that rasp. He's only 20, and he sings like he's been going at it for like 40 years.
Yeah. My one thing that I'm concerned about, because, you know, right now he's my favorite, and I'm like, he can win it all, and I'd be the happiest person in the world. But can he consistently perform that well over the next however many weeks left we have?
I'd say based on his first 2 performances, because they were very different, as long as he, like, you have to have an element of surprise every week, I think, to win one of these things. So I think now, if he were to do, like, the Miley Cyrus song, after we've seen him do these 2 things, if he did something like that, or maybe like a Dolly Parton or something a little more unplugged, I think that would be perfect for him. But he seems like he's really putting time and thought into what he's doing.
He does.
So I don't know. I hope he goes. He obviously won that battle.
Yeah, he killed that
so
battle.
He's the first one. He sang, and then it was worth him singing to a wall because the wall went up and everybody was really happy. And the wall went up super fast for him too.
It did. He blew poor Will out of the water very quick. I mean, he got 90%.
Which is insane.
Like, that's the highest that anyone got of the night.
So it'll be interesting to see because I think we have 2 or 3 more weeks of these battles. And then what happens after that, because I feel like the show's only on until the end of August.
And it'll be interesting because what makes this different than the other shows, too, is that they're not singing every week right now.
Yeah.
So he's going to have 2 or 3 more weeks
to prepare
off
his next song.
to prepare. And then it's the guys who are in that last battle who are actually the ones who are suffering, who are at a disadvantage because they'll have 1 week.
To prepare. I guess we don't know.
And
maybe
their
there's another
voices,
battle round afterwards.
Yeah, and their voices won't be as, like, fresh.
That's interesting. Okay, now let's talk about, so that was what happened on the East Coast. So then when you watch it back on the West Coast, Lisa, Sarah, and was Will eligible?
I don't think Will was eligible.
I don't think Will was eligible too because he already got beat.
Flat up got beat.
So he flat up got beat.
That, or by the end of the episode, they just knew that his 2 scores were never going to be.
Yeah, because we just caught the last 2. But Lisa and Sarah literally tied, and so it came down to the decimal to see who made it. What were the scores?
Sarah's was 67.34%, and Lisa was 67.43%.
That's so close.
That is less than a 10th.
Yeah.
Is that the right point in the decimal?
Yeah,
I'm not good with math.
Definitely, it seems like it. I don't know. Math is hard.
I think it's a 10th of a point away.
That's so close. I don't know. I feel like I'm happy Lisa came because she's such a sweet girl, but I feel like Sarah deserved it a little bit more.
I'm going to disagree with that.
Really?
Just based on what I saw tonight.
But off of their performances?
Off their performances.
So you thought Lisa was better than Sarah?
Yes. And I think that Lisa will be better than Sarah in the future.
I don't know if Lisa knows who she is as an artist as much as Sarah
But sometimes
does.
that's the great thing about being on a show like this because you kind of get to discover it.
But it's also bad for after when the show is over, because if you don't know, then neither do your fans. Then they have no reason to buy your album. Whereas, like, I already know Sarah's going to put out a country pop album, you know, so you know what you're getting into.
Yeah, but I still think that, I think she'll be all right.
Well, let's agree that I'm right.
Let's not agree to that. That's not what we just did right there. Not
we'll
true.
have more battles next week. Let's get into some news and gossip.
AfterBuzz TV News.
So we were just at the red carpet, and we decided to give the judges and contestants some battles of their own. So watch this. So we're going to give you some duels, and you have to say who would win each duel.
Oh, God. All
Are you
right.
ready for this?
All right.
Jay-Z or Kanye?
Ooh, Jay-Z.
Jay-Z, yes, thank
Yes.
you. Jay-Z or Kanye?
Oh man, I think just from size alone, I think Jay-Z's the taller guy, right?
Yeah, Jay-Z would take him out.
I think Jay-Z would take him out. I think that as confident as Kanye is, I think Jay-Z is just kind of like, he's got that come to me confidence, whereas like Kanye's just like, look at me confidence. So I think Jay-Z's got this one.
Miley Cyrus or Demi Lovato?
My girl Miley.
Your girl Miley. You got to do it for Miley after tonight.
For Miley, yeah, for sure.
Maybe if you stay in, you should just take on all the teen queens, and that's like your thing.
That's a good path to take. I'm gonna do that.
Miley or Demi?
Miley.
Miley? Okay, why Miley?
She's a pretty passionate person, and she can sing. You know, man, she can really sing.
Demi Lovato.
Yes, we are on it. We are on the same
Yeah,
page.
that girl can sing. She's amazing. I love her.
Maybe you do a Demi song in the competition.
Maybe. If I can pull it off. She's so good.
Okay, Miley or Demi?
I go with Miley.
Miley, why Miley?
Young energy, man.
And you did a song with her, so you're a little biased, maybe?
Yeah, I'm a little biased. That's really why I was gonna say that, but I didn't want to say that.
That's a good song, though. I like it.
Yeah, thank you, my man.
Okay, Mary-Kate or Ashley?
I don't know the difference.
Pick Mary-Kate.
Mary-Kate.
Okay, good. I didn't want anyone to pick Ashley. Miley Cyrus or Demi? Dolly Parton or Reba?
Dolly Parton.
Dolly Parton. Okay, why Dolly?
I like her style better.
Okay, that's valid. So you're moving. I like Jay-Z better.
Yeah, I agree.
Mary-Kate or Ashley?
Oh, Ashley.
You're on Ashley. I'm on Mary-Kate.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
See, I've just always thought that Ashley gets the bum rap.
Oh, really? I think it's Mary-Kate that gets that.
I don't even know. I wouldn't know the difference.
Good times. All of those interviews will be up on YouTube and AfterBuzzTV.com tomorrow. And if you guys have questions for next week, tweet them at me, and they might get asked if they're good.
And also, this just in, breaking news, Tiona was right. Megan sang a song called Summertime tonight. I just looked it up on my handy dandy iPhone.
Yeah, but if it was wrong on the show, it might. Also, this is why Tiana's been on her phone the whole episode, because she can never be wrong.
No, I just can't be wrong with you.
You're
the one who I will not settle being wrong with.
If you hear a little bit of buzzing or clicking, it's because she's been on her phone the whole frickin' time. Anyways,
to prove you
we
wrong,
will get into some predictions to shut this woman up.
And now, your AfterBuzz TV predictions.
Why do I feel like Jason's never going to invite me back here?
I know. She is not welcomed on this show. Who is your favorite after tonight? Who do you predict's going to make it?
Right now, my favorite, I got to go with my boy Jesse. Because his eyes are dreamy, too.
Yeah, you were freaking out a little bit.
I was. I have like
him.
a little schoolgirl crush on Jesse now, especially after seeing him rock out. Because, I mean, a man that talented and
I thought you were going to say
hair.
something else about rocking out with something else out. I don't know. But Jesse's my favorite, too.
Yeah, as of right now, Jesse's my favorite.
I think he's very marketable, and he's different, and there's nothing around like him. And I feel like he'd be perfect for Capitol Records.
Yeah, and he should never cut his hair.
Never.
I feel like someone at some point is going to be like, cut your hair. Don't do it, Jesse.
Put a little conditioner in it. That can help. But other than that, you're
trim
fine.
it, get rid of split ends and stuff like that, but
Keep it.
keep it.
Keep the hair. Awesome. Well, we will be back in here next week for more Rising Star. In the meantime, you can find both of us on social media. Where can they find you?
I am at the Tiona Hobson.
And I am at Jason Ikeler, and AfterBuzz is at AfterBuzz TV on everything. We'll see you guys back in here next week.
From executive producers Maria Menounos, Kevin Undergaro, Phil Svitek, and the entire AfterBuzz TV staff, we would like to thank you for listening to the AfterBuzz TV network. To watch or listen to other after shows and post comments or questions, be sure to visit AfterBuzzTV.com. I'm Sir Richard Wentworth, and this has been a presentation of AfterBuzz TV.
Buzz you later. I was right.
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.
Thank you for watching AfterBuzz TV on YouTube. For more of your favorite after shows and interviews, subscribe to our channel here, and be sure to share your opinion on the episode in the comment section below here. We'd love to see what you guys are buzzing about. Thanks again. Buzz you later.